Good morning. This is the what day of our vacation? Fourth day of our vacation. We haven't done anything exciting enough to now, until now, and this is it. We're exciting, aren't we? We're getting ready to go into the Big Apple this morning. Maggie's combing her hair. I'm not sure what Sarah's doing. Ed's dressed, waiting for us to get dressed. Next time you'll see us, we'll probably be standing in front of the Statue of Liberty, or either that or a train.
Hi, we're on the train and we're having kind of fun now, but not too much. Just sitting here. The train's not moving yet. That's it.
Okay, Maggie, what do you want to say?
Nothing.
Are you excited about going on a train to New York?
Hi, folks.
Hi, we're off to the Big Apple.
Next time you see us, I'll be at the bottom of the Eiffel Tower.
I'm saying this is the silliest camera person I've ever seen in my whole life.
Dad?
We're bouncing up and down here. I'll look like an owl.
Sarah? Well, this is how it looks. We're bouncing up and down. That's how it looks. How about you?
Well, how do you do, Miss Camera Lady?
Good.
That's good. What are you doing today?
Nothing much.
Nothing much, huh? Well, how come you're on a train then?
Because I'm going to New York.
Oh, is that what you're...
How you doing, Val? She's sleeping. Oh, she isn't. This is Maggie. We're on this lovely train. And noisy one. As you can tell. Here's Maggie's butt. That's her butt. Here's the person who takes our tickets and puts it back in. Well, actually, here's a better shot. The end of this, and next time you'll see us, will be in front of the Statue of Liberty or in Washington, D.C. The end for the train. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Car in Manhattan waiting to catch the ferry. We missed the first one because we had to make an emergency run to the bathroom. It couldn't have been helped. There's Aunt Val. We lost Sarah though. Sarah's over there.
Sarah.
Where? Oh yeah. Hold still like a statue, she says.
Got us all in there, bud?
Oh, there's the Statue of Liberty. She's over here somewhere. Over there. Not too long and we'll be a lot closer. New York. Oh, right here? This is the World Trade Center? Okay, Maggie's standing in front of the World Trade Center. Some nice parks. Not sure what Battery Park, I guess they call this.
What? Here we are recording. I think that's Ellis Island there. Can't quite make out what that is. Must be something. Hi, Rosebud. I've got some real trains. That completes our tour.
Better. Isn't he handsome? Here they are. They being tourists or what? There's Sarah and Maggie, aren't they? Cute. She's prettier herself. Coming down on the ferry. Ellis Island. We are approaching Island. Some bridge. In Brooklyn, who knows? A lot closer. This is what they were talking about when they said, give me your nest, give me your humbles. They're all huddled together trying to stay warm. Here we are, starting our trek up to see the Statue of Liberty. They all look fairly rested and healthy yet. We'll see what we look like at the end.
Brad, the news, two news. And that's the only one I can remember of New York, New York. Here, we'll bring her in a little closer for you. More of a lady with her book in her hand. She should be reading it. Yeah, there's the lady's one page. Looking right up her dress. Shot up her dress there. No. You could shot of her armpit though. Sarah Rose picking her nose.
Sarah Rose.
Sarah, stop picking her nose. Sarah, don't pick her nose.
The girls have found Bigfoot at long last.
Bigfoot. This is called
Sarah. Sarah, quiz time. How many steps did we climb?
353 steps.
4. 6. Maggie, how many steps did you climb up? Who carried you the other 100? Well, here we are leaving. I'm standing in the way of all these people, but that's all.
popcorn? How about this red popcorn?
I want something to eat. I want something to eat.
We'll get you a bag of chips.
I want something to eat. I want something to eat. I want something.
Straight up that building forever and ever.
Yeah, that's what I was
Right from
thinking.
that. Unless you guys want film, we're on film. What was that lady saying about the World Trade Center?
St. Patrick's Cathedral, I think. Just a little shanty. Don't you think it's pretty? There's Terry Taylor up by the Delaware.
She's gonna jump in. And she's gonna jump like this. In the water. See? I just hit him fast. He jumped in. No! Yeah, that's do. How am I trying to do?
There's the mighty Delaware. We're at the George Washington State Park. There's the Delaware. There's Aunt Belle.
At the Washington Crossing, we're going to see the site where Washington and his troops crossed the Delaware River back in 1776. Did you get your head shut off, Maggie? It was near this spot Washington crossed the Delaware on Christmas night, 1776, the event of the Battle of Trenton. Or the eve of the Battle of Trenton. Down here is the spot. Down here also I seen habitats of the park. A blue and a brown jacketed Native American. The attack of the geese on Maggie. All sorts of geese around here. Here's some more of the Delaware where Washington crossed. Somewhere in here. Okay.
Yeah.
Tell them what it is.
See? This is the geese. And the gooses come in. There it is.
What kind of attitude is that?
So there you pick the bacon goose.
Enough, enough. You hear Maggie's comment on the boathouse where there are boats stored like the ones that Washington crossed on and the float that reenacted the crossing that was in the 1989 inaugural parade. There's one of the actual boats that was on the float itself. The house that was here at the actual time of the crossing, apparently Washington and the officers got to go in there and work out their strategies. This is the actual house.
Well, there's a couple of Christmas cottage.
Yeah, I think it was maybe even a tavern, not a house. I'm not sure. We'll have to.
Here's something that was there at the time of the crossing. Sarah and Maggie Taylor's dead. That's how old he is. Old.
Navy man. There's Val and Maggie going into the Taylorsville store. Oh my goodness.
There was another corner to the room. The divider wall and restrooms were not there at that time. Since that counter extended about twice as long to the very back wall, and a large pot-bellied wood stove stood in the back of the room. The shelf and the lamp went out the back wall there. While Nayland Taylor had ownership, his sons Benjamin and Oliver operated the store. Oliver Taylor was right next door. And there were just 9 other stores because in the next 100-year history of the store. Carry things in here that are reminiscent of the general store era with replicas really got.
own law and to choose their own rulers and judges. The right to the benefits of free trade and manufacture. The right to open up and develop the land on the western frontier. The right to be American, not British, separate and equal in power and dignity. Their cause looks almost as hopeless as they do. Europe has lost faith in any possible American success. Franklin and Paris have so far failed to enlist French strength. The American cause, still so young and fragile, is dying. Only one thing can revive it, a decisive victory. And it must come now, before the new year brings a tragic end to the entire American endeavor. This is more than the crossing of a river. It is a crossing from despair and defeat to hope and victory. The ringing words of a fellow soldier, writer Tom Paine, written during their retreat, warm the hearts of the freezing men. These are the times that try men's souls. The summer soldier and the sunshine patriot will, in this crisis, shrink from the service of his country, but he that stands it now deserves the love and thanks of man and woman. No summer soldiers these. Their valor and their courage leap from Lewis's camp. Let us look long and hard into their faces and ask General George Washington. Let us at this moment echo their fears and their answering courage, their desperation and their conquering determination. Let us together rekindle their dreams for America.
Okay, there's Maggie Taylor, Sarah Taylor, Liberty Bell, and the place where the Declaration of Independence was signed, Independence Hall. So we're in Philadelphia, home of brotherly love and Legionnaire's disease. Here we are in the city of sisterly love. There's Independence Hall, as again. You can see they got little horse-drawn carriages in front. That's it. There's the Force. That's where the veterans had their big annual meeting back there in 1974, I think it was, and that's the birthplace of Legionnaire's disease. Pretty exciting.
How many questions for me is going along? My name is Jules. This is Adam. He's training, so if you give me some driving instructions, that's all.
Okay.
As you know, my buddy up front doing all the honest work is Friday.
Right.
Your man Friday, I get it. I get it. Hi, lady. Ah, so that was a good deal.
Today the same steak dinner at the city council.
First library right there.
Constitution was, and it was also what the Bill of Rights was based on. Carter ran out in the 1840s in Henderson, Virginia. Later on, they started meeting in Independence Hall, and that's really where it all started with Carpenter's Hall. The back of Carpenter's Hall, you'll be able to see, there's a red brick building with a lot of windows and chimneys back there. That's the first bank of the United States. The first bank was built between 1795 and 1797. And in 1817, it was opened up by a man named Stephen Girard as his own private bank. Today it's headquarters for the National Park Department. They are the only people allowed to go in there, unfortunately. Every once in a while, they open it up with some kind of an exhibit or a theatrical there. That's the visitor center at 3rd and Chestnut. The bell that's up there was given to us by Queen Elizabeth for the bicentennial. Called the bicentennial bell. You'll hear it ring 100 times at 11 a.m. every day and 100 times at 3 p.m. every day. It does that because that's when the greatest number of people are in this visitor center area, and it kind of attracts them to the visitor center to pick up free maps and get information on the city. Also, the really huge building in the distance there is the United States Customs House. It was built in 1933. I'll tell you a little bit more about it eventually when we come up to a better view of it. 1793. Right after he died, his widow, Dawn, they rent the rooms up there. And about 6 months later, she married him. He was renting a room. Remember, this is the same guy who charged people a penny a day for library books, so you can imagine what his insurance policy was. I'll tell you a little bit more about it once we get up to a house that actually had an insurance policy. Keep this in mind, though. That building was the first building that the Park
Joseph National Shrine. The church has existed since 1733. That's not the original building, though. That one was built in 1811. It's the third building the church has. That happened to be the first Catholic church ever built by the British after the reign of King Henry VIII. Because, as you know, King Henry was the one who wanted to divorce his first wife. The Catholic Church said no. And this particular churchyard, in back of George Washington's right-hand man during a lot of the more important battles of the Revolution, is buried in there. Also, John Barry, Commodore John Barry, they called him the father of the American Navy because he stole British ships and sold them to the American government. So now if he was on their side, we call him a pirate, and if he was on our side, so he was a hero. Also, St. Mary's Church was the first place where the Independence Day became a holiday. That was on land and drove their own livestock, so it's kind of a complete turnaround for these people. It's too expensive for most of them to keep servants anymore. And a lot of those servants stayed on in the houses that they had grown up in. And because they didn't really have any marketable skills themselves, each generation that was descended from the servants became poorer and poorer and poorer until this was a complete slum. You couldn't even walk through here after dark as recently as the 1950s to the ghetto. And it was considered to be the worst neighborhood in Philadelphia, so it went from one extreme to another. Obviously it's come back to the original extreme, or we wouldn't be driving through right now. What happened is that the Historical Society started renovating these houses. That was in the 1950s. And they renovated each house. Today you'd be lucky to get one for about $250,000. So that tells you something about the real estate appreciating. But if you only spent, $500 on one of these houses, you weren't expected to do the rest of the renovation yourself. And if you did an exceptionally good job, you'd receive a tax break. You'd also receive a little black oval plaque like the one that's on that wall. It was the first freestanding mansion in this part of Philadelphia. In 1815, it was probably how it got its name.
Right here?
Went there, probably got into quite a bit of trouble with their wives. Fraternizing with the barmaids and the sailors.
Probably where the Declaration of Independence really.
On my left, you can see the hen house. For him, as far as his family name and everything. Sam Powell still had the more impressive track record, and Sam Powell remained mayor. So he was the last colonial mayor, the only revolutionary mayor, and the first American mayor of Philadelphia, and he lived in that house. They called that house the house where George Washington danced. And that's because Sam Powell had a lot of parties and soirees and whatnot there. Very popular socialite, really, he and his wife, Elizabeth. And George Washington was a very frequent guest at that home. He stayed there quite often before he had to go home to Philadelphia. Also, if you look on my left, you see that little iron thing on a marble block next to the steps? That's a boot scraper. Kind of self-explanatory. That's just there so attracting any mud or other things in the street.
Or other things.
In the city has balconies like that.
Very nice.
Iron. The old St. Paul church to old St. Peter. Also, this is and where St. Peter's was the church where all the very wealthy merchants and politicians went, St. Paul's was the church where the tradespeople went. Even more examples of that architecture that were designed by him. Greek architecture was very popular back then because the Greeks had the first successful democracy. Famous as well as an artistic statement by doing. The statue that faces the second bank is Robert Morris. Robert Morris was the governor of New Jersey. He also financed the Revolutionary War, really the wealthiest man in the colony. He lent almost all that money to the revolutionary cause. And it never happened. They never paid him back. And during the meantime, he had actually borrowed money from his business associates to keep himself afloat financially. And since the government didn't pay him back, he couldn't pay back his business associates. And revolution. Most of the citizens of this area really didn't think we'd be able to make it on our own. It was kind of a minority decision to have a revolution. Now, the statue in front of Independence Hall is Commodore John Barry, who I mentioned to you earlier, is found in the U.S. Navy. And this is also what you'll see on the back of a $100 bill. I have one. I very rarely happen to have one, but you have to get a hold of one.
Room of Independence Hall. Independence Park. This is where they declared they had just broke away from England.
Remember our court, you said that little building where you brought the information to the people in town? I missed that.
The annual Easter egg hunt. There's the scavengers for the scavenger hunt.
Jackie. Keep looking. Keep feet up under and up and everything. The kids did them everywhere, didn't they? How do we see? That's Adrian. Oh, look at the tree. Look at the tree. Oh, there's a... Look at the tree. In the branches of the tree. In the cracks of the fence. Did anybody look in the cracks of the fence?
Yes.
Ah, yes.
You got lots of eggs.
Look at all those. My goodness. Hey, Jackie, how much money do you have?
This is more of the same party. Girls are going to get rides here. Here she comes, around the bend. Cowgirl Maggie, and Aunt Val and Aunt Val's friend Emily. Get back up there, girls. Can you smile for Mom? How about a wave?
I could do it with no hands.
With no hand.
Feet out.
Let's see that no hands again, Maggie.
Bring that leg over here. No, 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 behind you. Lean forward.
Lean forward.
Lean forward.
Lean
Get that
forward.
leg out. No, no, no. Towards me. Bring this leg over here.
Lean forward.
Behind you.
Fine.
Here comes Sarah.
You're on. I can't do this. You're on friends with me. You run away. Oh, with ya.
Okay. Put your feet in here. You have your feet in there.
One more move and I'm gonna fuck you in the door. There we go.
How is it, Sarah?
Okay, ready? Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, he's cracked up. Yeah. Oh, psychological.
There she goes.
Be careful, Rosebud. Here comes that wild and crazy cowgirl, Sarah Rose Payless. Come on, Wild Rose. Wild Rosebud, they call her out west. Dogs loping in behind. Wild Sarah Taylor. No hands. Look at that wild and crazy Rosebud. No man will ever have her because she's too wild. Who can ever tame the rose?
Okay, Maggie.
Ooh,
Back over here. Don't scare the horse.
ah, there she is. The future Triple Crown winner.
Jackie or Adrian?
I don't want to run. Oh, you sure?
Okay. Both feet out. Drop up here. Bring your leg over. Okay. You bring this leg over here. Lean forward. Bring your leg over. Hold it over. Right down. Hold on to the saddle. Good job.
Way to go, Sarah.
How are you? Okay, sir?
Yeah?
Are you?
Fine.
No. This is Adrian. Honest Aid.
Head dog. Okay, now I'm going to hold on. So I can go and feel better. Okay, we ready? Go! Walk on!
Here comes Adrian.
Oh, you do? Oh, you're here from a long way away then, aren't you?
My auntie can.
Yes, I haven't seen a lot of Val lately. She's been out of town working.
Yeah.
I want more pop.
Don't cross them. Don't cross them.
No, just one. I'll let Andrew step out of yours. Sarah, do not bring two.
I'm waiting to ride the plane.
Sword.
I don't. Which one is it?
I don't know. Do you?
What is it?
You tell us.
Just one, Sarah.
Mom, can I ride it without the remote?
It's wasteful otherwise. Only one.
Right there. I like that one. Bring your leg back.
I hope I die.
Now put your hands here.
Get out of the way.
Okay, are we ready? Emily teaches kids how to write all the time.
Don't let them throw you down. There they go off into the sunset. All right, everybody good, be good. Here comes Matt from Dodge. Matt rode in from
No dog.
Here's Matt. Watch this one. Here's Matt. And he's from and he's from Dodge. Matt Dillon? Haven't you ever heard of Matt Dillon? He's from Dodge. And his name's Matt. Now we'll see, hopefully, the proper dismounting procedure. I don't know if he stuck his tongue out properly, too.
No, just get around and ride the right way. Here. Without anybody taking him. Yeah.
Stay on the lead line, Dan? Yeah, we'll leave him on the lead line for today. Come on. Well, you steer him, you steer him.
There goes Dan. Dan's riding off into the sunset.
Help with the problem. But they won't do that. No. Yeah.
Matt, were you the one who was asking where to go? Huh?
All the children.
What? Then get out of the way. A square?
So every
A baseball.
elementary school. They are at two other elementary schools, three other ones. And then the one school that's in town in Sealands Grove, 50% of that school is a picture bus, and only 50% walk.
Because we saw the one Sealands Grove Elementary and then just a little bit further down the road.
It's Jackson Penn. Yeah, that's my school. Jackson Penn, that's in that.
We figured that had to be part of the thing altogether.
But Jackson Penn's all rural. We have all rural kids, and they're at Sealands Grove. Like I said, it's 50-50. Half rural and half city. Oh, you got the lead line off, huh?
I love this. It's perfect to slide down. Whee! Woo!
Where'd he go? There he is.
Again.
There wants
Hey,
some more.
Matt, no.
Me too.
You're going home. You're not going out there and getting muddy all over again. Yeah, you can go inside if you want to. It's all right.
Can I go again? Can I go again? I like Huskies. We want to pet it. What do you like to be pet?
No quick movement.
Over by your mom. Do you have a fundraiser every year? Just one fundraiser at your school, or more than one?
We're off! What do you say?
Say walk. Squeeze with your leg. We have one fundraiser.
Here we are on our last day at Sealands Grove. As you can see, it is just a simply gorgeous Easter Sunday. Couldn't ask for nicer weather. I hope we find the same in Madison when we get back. Pretty clothes off. We're making supper. The girls are at the park playing. Here they are showing us their best sides. Park near Val's house. Once again, it's just a lovely day. See another historic moment in the United States history. Sarah and Maggie Taylor crossing the Selinsgrove Creek, just like George Washington crossing the Delaware. Almost. Words just can't describe. Happy Easter. Now back to a happier note. These are the flowers just coming into bloom in front of Val's, side of Val's house. That's a happy Easter. This is the Taylor family reunion, 1993. There went Val, there's Ed, there's Grandma Kate and Bud, and Tyler under the blanket, Sarah Taylor, Ed Taylor. Oh, there's Tyler from out not under the blanket. Yeah. Say, blueberries are your friend, Tyler.
Blueberries are your friend, Tyler? Are they? Blueberries.
I think Tyler sounds just like that little boy on the commercial for the
Blueberries. Oops. Don't want to switch.
They try to get their parents to
Now Jason has some neat things that he does. He told me. He's got into that Star Wars business, you know, and he's got all those Jedi and all that stuff.
And this is Val's house I'm walking through. Val and Amy and Maggie. And Brooke. I don't think I got Brooke on this segment here. Hi, Brooke. And the dogs. I think I got the dogs in the other room, too. They're all over. Now, this is Opal. And there's Suzanne. Hannah. Okay.
Maggie's got the baby.
Meg's got the baby Bud.
Terry's next. Next grandma.
You want to hold him? No?
Yeah, I want to hold him. I want to hold him all the time.
Oh, yeah, I know you do. I want to get your face too, Maggie. Wait, why don't you just turn around? That might be a little easier. There. Sarah, why don't you get in there behind him?
Why don't you just
Why?
sit on one of the back rooms?
Whoops, wrong way. There.
Whose is this?
Lovely. Just lovely.
Mine.
Should I leave it? My bike in the shed. I don't want my bike.
Let's go look at the rain. It's going down pretty good.
It's raining. Well, I got out of the water in time. Hey, Bud.
Hey, hi, Jerry.
Ooh! Hey!
Look at that face.
Yes.
Where do you see that?
Where's the
I cut the camera off and then he made his Bud face.
Give it the bud face.
I don't see how dry the tent is.
There it is. Kinda.
Hey, bud.
Practically.
A couple times we went up, she bought us a pizza.
We can't believe it. Me and Sarah. She didn't believe it. She even left the table a couple times, about 10 times when we were in there. She looked like we were going to steal something. We asked her.
Oh, we feed peppers.
Watched last night. Came over and said, let me see the nuts on my floor.
Well, it's an interesting night here at the Taylor Family Reunion 1993. Val's septic system's backed up and Bud's feeling a lot better now.
You can't go around.
He's escaping.
There, bud. What was this time, huh? He said,
Man, we're holding
Ah, the joys of motherhood.
well, he's trying to get his diaper.
Sarah's taking lessons. Maggie over there is taking lessons. And Val and Ed and Bob are down in the basement.
With your poo down there.
Yeah.
Jerry messed up the toilet. She went and took a
Hey, does it hurt?
There's Uncle Bob.
Then how do you know that I'm gonna hurt you worse? If the hurt doesn't get any worse now than what it already is, then you're okay, aren't you?
How you doing, Super Sarah?
Ow. Ow.
Haven't got anything yet.
Ow what?
Fun? History? Did it hurt? A shot.
Let's see a big Super Sarah smile.
How long have you guys been picking at that thing?
Sarah?
Telling me about it for a couple days.
You want to have babies?
Why?
You better get tough.
You better go watch that movie.
Let's go watch that video.
No. Let's listen to Brooke scream.
Oh, that's it.
Oh, you guys
The
want to see
sliver's
the
out.
You gotta learn.
Here's the last member to arrive here. John made it. We drove to Harrisburg, picked him up. And it's Friday morning. It's raining. We're getting ready to go shopping. Right, Bud?
We're going?
There's Mom. There's Val. There's Susanna. There's Tyler. There's two heads. There's Dad. There's Aunt Katie.
There's Super Sarah
There's
Kelly.
Maggie. And here's me.
I know what those are up there, Ed. I would imagine
Here's Opal.
there's white things on the color.
And here's the senior.
Now you'd almost think sure.
Yeah, I know we haven't had that on ours, but they don't look like that.
Mom's drinking a light.
Well, we gotta go up and eat. Shame on you.
There's Sarah swimming with Tyler. And here she is. And here she comes. And she's just beautiful. Now, let's go find Tyler and Suzanne. There they are. There's Mom
Yep.
and Aunt Val getting ready to go eat.
Yep.
Well,
Fabulous zucchini casserole. Right.
well, Sarah just got out of the water. Wasn't very long.
Tyler needs to get out of the water.
Well, see you later. Here's the moon. Sunset. Isn't it a beautiful night? Here's the moon once again. And it's beautiful. Well, see you later.
Did you have any horses like this at Camp Blackhawk?
They had black instead of brown.
Oh, good. Yeehaw! Yeehaw! Okay. Okay. And you know how to steer and stop? Okay. You're not breaking a trot, is she? Is that a surprise for Frank?
Here.
Oh, look at This is the 4th of July, the last day here at the house. It's kind of sad, but here we have people going out in the boat. Amy and her friend Mark, and Sarah and Maggie and Tyler, and Brooke and Bud. And one of the dogs, I think it's Opal, and John, relaxing by the river. Say a few words for posterity, John.
I don't have any words for prosperity.
Okay, that sounds...
Just words for yourself.
Hey, maybe this could be America's Funniest Home Videos. We can see them all tip over or something. I'm the Gestapo here, making sure everyone has a vest. Already a rebel, doesn't want to wear his life preserver. There they go, kind of like Gilligan's Island. They'll never return. For 1 hour cruise.
No, I'll hang out. Yep. More cold on the grill or what?
I'm not sure what's going on with the chicken, but I don't think it's burning. That's the good news. And they're off. Are they hamming it up? Enjoying the 4th of July evening. More hors d'oeuvres, she tells me, so I gotta go get some.